In a quiet corner of a small town, a tale of resilience and determination unfolded. There, in an area overshadowed by tall trees, lived a dog named Max who had endured trials that would break most spirits. Max was once a victim of the horrifying world of dogfighting, where heartless individuals forced innocent dogs to fight each other for their sick entertainment. One gloomy evening, the town was shrouded in mist, as Max found himself abandoned near a rusted fence. His body bore the scars of his past, wounds inflicted by cruelty beyond imagination. He was left to fend for himself, his spirit shattered and his body weakened. Yet, even in this pitiful state, Max's determination to stay alive burned fiercely within him. Days turned into nights, and Max's unwavering will to survive left those who saw him in awe. Despite his injuries, he clung to life, finding refuge in a small gap in the fence that offered meager protection from the elements. It was in this small space that Max huddled, defying the odds with every labored breath. As word spread about Max's plight, the townspeople began to notice his resilience and admire his strength. They started leaving scraps of food and water near the fence, hoping to support him in his fight for survival. The mist that had once seemed ominous now carried a sense of hope, as Max's story touched the hearts of those who heard it. Among those deeply affected by Max's story was a young woman named Lily. She was a veterinary student with a passion for helping animals, and Max's story struck a chord within her. Determined to make a difference, Lily visited the spot where Max had taken refuge. She was taken aback by the scars that marred his body and the fire that still burned in his eyes despite his hardships. Lily's visits became regular, and over time, Max began to associate her presence with care and compassion. She brought him proper food, tended to his wounds, and spoke to him in soothing tones. Slowly but surely, Max's spirit started to mend, and a fragile bond formed between him and Lily. Lily's determination to rehabilitate Max extended beyond their fence-side meetings. She started raising awareness about dogfighting, educating the townspeople about the horrors these animals faced, and advocating for stricter laws against such cruel practices. Max's story became a symbol of resilience, not just for the dog himself, but for the community that rallied around him to make a change. As Max's physical strength grew, so did his trust in humans. Lily's care had shown him that not all humans were heartless, and he reciprocated with unwavering loyalty and affection. Lily decided to formally adopt Max, giving him a forever home where he would never have to endure cruelty again. With Lily's love and care, Max's transformation was remarkable. His scars began to heal, both on the outside and within his heart. He went from a dog who had endured unspeakable cruelty to a dog who radiated love and resilience. Lily's determination and Max's unwavering spirit continued to inspire the townspeople, and his story spread far beyond the borders of the small town. Max's story caught the attention of local media, and soon, newspapers and television channels were sharing his tale of triumph over adversity. People from neighboring towns and even from distant places were moved by his story. Many reached out to support Lily's efforts and contribute to the cause of ending dogfighting and promoting animal welfare. As Max's story reached a wider audience, it led to increased awareness about the importance of responsible pet ownership and the need to protect animals from abuse. Inspired by Max's journey, more individuals began to volunteer at local animal shelters, contribute to animal advocacy organizations, and push for stronger legislation against animal cruelty. Lily's advocacy efforts gained momentum, and she was invited to speak at conferences and events focused on animal welfare. She shared Max's story as a testament to the transformative power of compassion and the resilience of animals who have suffered. Through her passionate advocacy and Max's living example, she continued to make a significant impact on the fight against dogfighting and the protection of animals everywhere. In the small town where it all began, the once quiet corner where Max had sought refuge transformed into a symbol of hope and change. A memorial was erected to honor Max's journey and to remind everyone of the collective power to make a positive impact, even in the face of adversity. Max's story became a book titled From Ashes to Courage, The Tale of Max, which not only recounted his journey, but also served as a fundraising tool for animal welfare organizations. The proceeds from the book went toward supporting efforts to rescue and rehabilitate animals that had suffered from abuse. The book, From Ashes to Courage, The Tale of Max, became a bestseller, resonating with readers of all ages and backgrounds. Schools integrated Max's story into their curriculum, using it to teach students about empathy, compassion, and the importance of standing up against cruelty. Max's legacy extended far beyond his small town, inspiring countless individuals to take action and make a difference in the lives of animals. Lily's work in animal advocacy continued to grow, and she founded a non-profit organization named Max's Legacy, dedicated to ending dogfighting and promoting animal welfare. The organization partnered with shelters, law enforcement agencies, and other advocacy groups to rescue dogs from abusive situations and provide them with the care and rehabilitation they needed. They also collaborated with schools to implement educational programs that aimed to prevent animal cruelty and foster kindness toward animals. Max himself became a therapy dog, visiting schools, hospitals, and rehabilitation centers to bring comfort and inspiration to those in need. His gentle demeanor and remarkable journey of resilience touched the hearts of countless people, providing them with a living example of how even the darkest of circumstances can be overcome with love and determination. In recognition of his contributions, Max received several awards and honors, including the Courageous Canine Award from a national animal welfare organization. His story was also turned into a heartwarming animated film that reached audiences around the world, spreading his message of hope and compassion even further. As the years went by, Max's story continued to inspire new generations. The once quiet corner of the small town had become a bustling hub of positive change. The memorial that stood there served as a constant reminder of the impact that one dog's resilience and one person's determination could have on an entire community and beyond. People from different parts of the world traveled to visit the small town and pay their respects at Max's memorial. The place had become a pilgrimage site for those seeking inspiration and a connection to the remarkable story of a dog who had defied all odds. Max's Legacy expanded its reach, partnering with international organizations to combat animal cruelty on a global scale. Lily's advocacy work led to changes in legislation and policies, resulting in stricter enforcement against dogfighting and improved conditions for animals in various places. Max's story was frequently cited as an example of the impact that grassroots efforts and unwavering determination could achieve. The animated film based on Max's story continued to touch hearts, and its proceeds were dedicated to funding rescue missions, education initiatives, and the ongoing efforts of Max's Legacy. The film became a staple in schools, community centers, and animal shelters, sparking conversations about compassion and the responsibility humans have toward animals. Lily's dedication to animal welfare was recognized with prestigious awards, and she became a sought-after speaker at international conferences. Her message resonated beyond the realm of animal advocacy, inspiring people to confront challenges with courage and compassion, much like Max had done. Over time, the small town underwent a transformation, not just in terms of physical changes, but in its spirit. The once quiet corner that had sheltered Max during his darkest days had now become a vibrant center of positive change. Community gardens, animal-friendly parks, and volunteer-run shelters flourished, all influenced by the legacy of Max and the determination of the townspeople to make a difference. The ripple effect of Max's story also led to increased awareness about the broader importance of empathy and compassion in society. People started to connect Max's journey to the challenges faced by marginalized communities, the environment, and social justice causes. Max's story became a symbol of the transformative power of love, not only for animals, but for all beings in need. The success of Max's story also encouraged other individuals to share their stories of resilience, strength, and positive change. Online platforms were filled with narratives of people who had overcome adversity, and these stories collectively contributed to a more empathetic and hopeful digital space. Lily's work, inspired by Max, had transformed the world of animal welfare and beyond. Her efforts had ignited a movement of compassion, showing that one individual's determination could create a domino effect of positive change. Max's journey from a misty corner overshadowed by cruelty to a beacon of hope and transformation would forever serve as a reminder that even in the face of darkness, love and resilience could triumph.